Dear friends, today I like to send a message for the New Year's Eve and the start of the new year. Of course, I would like to talk to each of you personally, but that's not really realistic. So I hope you all will have a good finish of this year and a good start for the new year. I know many of you will be in situations where you will not celebrate this New Year's Eve like normal. So in many countries we have restrictions. In some countries it's even forbidden to go on the street or to do some firework. So it is a very different way of finishing this year and starting the new year. And I think, as always, it is a good time to look back to this year and also to look for some visions for the new year. Also, in general, the time between Christmas, New Year and the 6th of January, it's a very holy time which was used and is used traditionally for a kind of contemplation, for looking back, going deep inside, and also looking for the intuition and for visions, and creating or going with the visions into the new year. So, going back to the old year, this year, of course, we all know this year had been very challenging. For example, for me, I found myself in my beloved Spain just when this heavy lockdown started, and I stayed all these weeks alone in my apartment. And in this time, for this time, I must say 1,000 times or more, thank you to all my friends, to all the people from my family, also to my patients, to all the people with whom I could stay in contact, so by the telephone or also with Skype or Zoom meetings. So in this time I realized how vulnerable also I, as a social being, I am. Of course, in theory, I knew that before, so, I'm a doctor. I'm a specialist for psychotherapy. I'm working since decades with healing or shamanic work. So I know this for sure since a long time. But such a lockdown I never have experienced myself. And so in this time I was so thankful for these contacts I had. And I guess also you found yourself in situations like this when you really felt how precious all these contacts you have are and how much they carried you. So now, through this year, with all my observation, and of course I also try to understand the whole movement, what's going on. I analyzed many things, of course, and I must say I'm concerned, or I became more and more concerned, because I see, like maybe many of you also see, that we are gone into a time of separation. So it looks like in groups or in families, through whole countries, we have separations into certain groups. Now it looks like into two groups. So one group is the group of the conspiracy theorists, and the other group is the mainstream group, I call it this. So very often it looks like this when people meet. It looks like this, that they just check, is this a person who has the same or more or less same opinions like I am having these opinions or not. And so when it's clear that the person has different opinions, then often there is no real communication or discussion possible. And I must say, and I really like to remember or remind people that this is so important. It's so important that we talk with each other. It's so important also that we discuss things, that we listen to opinions of other people, even if these opinions are different to ours. And in fact, coming from the medicine, same like coming from science, I would say it was always like this, that it was a very important rule that we look at each other, we listen to each other, and we discuss things. And we do that normally to come finally to the best solution, to find the best outcome of a problem. And now in these times, with this kind of separation between the groups, it looks like there is no real communication or discussion anymore. And it looks like this, that a mainstream group just follows the opinions which are presented by media. And of course, people who follow these mainstream opinions, they do that for, let's say, human reasons. The main reasons, in my point of view, is the fear. So most people are fed by fear through the media, and looking at the mass of people, I also see that this is very human. This is a very, let's say, a very slow-moving mass, and this is connected with a kind of laziness, with a kind of not wanting to think with the own brain, or also thinking that, no, I'm not a specialist, how can I think about this, I don't understand all of this, so if the specialists tell me this and that, and I believe it, and I do what they tell me to do. So this looks like very dangerous development, at least for me, and I know also for many others. And as a German, also very much I know that in the past, in Germany, we had times when the big mass was following the mainstream opinions and rules. And of course, through all times and in all cultures and countries in the history, we have such similar, I don't have the word, times when people just followed mainstream opinions and followed the rules. So now, when I see myself in my life as a doctor and psychotherapist, and also a healer, usually I try always to do my work in a kind of building bridges from one, let's say, one world to the other world, or from one person to another person, also like in counseling couples or families with problems. And for sure, always main ingredients are communication, listening to each other, being honest in expressing what I think, and respecting each other, and finally coming to good conclusions, finally finding good solutions, and then moving forward. So these ingredients I really like to wish you to to have a life, to keep alive in your life, or to establish in your life, because I think it's so important that we are aware of our own responsibility to create our societies and to create our world. And so finally I like to come to this point of creating our own world. And so finally I like to come to you, especially to you personally. Today, in this last day of this year, I like to come to this point of creating your own life. And here I would like to invite you, like before in other videos I had, like the inner journeys, but today it will not be so long. So I invite you for a few minutes to just relax, just take a relaxed position, and the best would be also to close your eyes, and then you can go with your attention to your breathing and start to observe your breathing a bit. And what I want to invite you to is looking to your year, so this year, this ending year, and then finally also looking to something else. You will see. So first of all, with a quiet breathing, being inside, looking inside to your own life, I would like to invite you to look to this year. Let it be seen maybe like a rainbow. It started in January, so finally coming to December it will be like a rainbow. So just start in January and have a look back into your memories, how your year started, how you moved into the January and then into the February. Just have a short look in your memories about where you had been, with whom you had been, what you have done. Just have a look into the beginning of the year, January, February, then March. Just move slowly with your memory through the months. Later on, if you like to go deeper, you can sit down also and write down the important things of this year. Just now I invite you to have a short look into your memories. Now you go on into the spring, from March to April to May, and then forward you move into the summer to June and July and August, and you just have a look where you had been, with whom, and what you have done. Some feelings come up maybe, how you felt in these times. And then you move on into the autumn, September, October, November, just allowing yourself to have a look to your memories about this month. And then finally you're coming to December, and you come to the last day of this year. And here I invite you, now you have the the view back into this year, and now I invite you to have also a view forward into the new year. So what could it be? You are the creator of your life. Remember, you are the creator of your life. You are on earth. You are a child of this earth. Very often we call this earth also Mother Earth. So just see yourself as a child held by Mother Earth. Mother Earth is feeding you. She's feeding you with food, with air, and she's feeding you with much more. She's feeding you with your surrounding. There's your surrounding. Of course, in your surrounding, this is a landscape, and there are other people. There are people from your family. There are your teachers or colleagues. And through all of this, your surrounding, you receive opportunities. You receive possibilities to create something. You are an artist. You are the artist of your own life. You create your own life. You can make a masterpiece out of your life. It's not about any artistic perfection. It's just about everything you create. Every little bit, every little piece you create is a masterpiece and comes together in the end into a huge masterpiece. And so now, with looking into this fact that you are the creator, that you are the artist, just have a look and feel what kind of ideas come up about next creations you like to bring into the world. These creations can be anything. This can be, first of all, mentally. It can be something very practically, in doing, in acting. Acting in your family, with friends, or on a stage. Creating maybe also your own videos, like I started in this year, something totally new for me. However, now I do it. Maybe something you also like to do. Okay, now it's about you. So have a look, go on, have a look. What is coming up? Maybe you also like to create something with tools. Maybe you need tools. What kind of tools? There are so many tools around you, so many possibilities. It's all about you. It's about your ideas. It's about your creativity. And it's clear, if you go on creating your life actively, then you can give a good example to your surrounding. And if you go on creating your own life, other people will see it and maybe also be once again, I don't have the word. Maybe you will help other people also to remember that they are the creators, the artists of their lives, and they also like to create their life. And the more people do that, the more you and me, we can create masterpieces of our lives, shining masterpieces of our lives. And I'm sure if we are doing this, the new year will be a very good new year. So I wish you very much that you can go on in creating your life and in creating a good new year. And I wish this for all of us, that we go on creating our new life, our new year of our life, bring it into masterpieces, not perfection, artistic masterpieces, masterpieces, of each life. Let us do our best for this new year. And now you can stay in this meditation a bit longer if you like, or you can come back into this day with the daily life things you still want to do. However, I wish you a very beautiful finish of this year and start into the new year. And I hope and wish that we all create a wonderful new year.